Just to clarify, the video you're watching is the Chinese Grand Prix, and the reason because of that is because I recorded Australia and the file corrupted. So, welcome to Season 2 and welcome to the Chinese Grand Prix. Enjoy the video, guys.
Hi, it's Emma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
Welcome back to F1 2017, and finally I can get Season 2 underway. The patch is out now, and hopefully now we can start moving up in towards the grid, and hopefully we can start scoring points more consistently. Just like last season, as you can see there, our upgrades, all the teams are still the same, but we are starting to get upgrades now for the chassis and downforce. So anyway, it's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. Let's waste no time, let's get into the race.
Is Anthony Davidson, who joins me in the commentary box today. Great to have you with us, Ant. I'm sure you can tell us all about what goes through a driver's head before lights out.
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the run down into turn one. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course, you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside him P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Bottas, Max Verstappen, and Ricciardo, Ocon, Sainz, Hülkenberg, and Kevin.
So we qualified P20 after a very difficult qualifying. It was basically light rain, but intermediate. It wasn't intermediate tyres that we used. It was basically dry tyres. And China is not really one of my best tracks. It's normally one of my worst, and I qualified last. Meanwhile, I think my teammate qualified P14, but anyway, 5 red lights for the beginning of Season 2, and it's lights out, and away we go for the start of the second season of this career mode. It's a bit of a terrible start, I have to say, with Roman Grosjean, my rival, up in 19th place. What's going to happen in turn 1? We're just going to avoid all collisions. Let's see if we're going to try go down the inside. We make contact with the Sauber and we spin off. We try to cut the corner, and we are back down in last place, but don't worry. We've still got 27 laps ahead of us, and yeah, basically this should be a perfect opportunity just to try and get some positions as we brake very late and go down the inside of a couple of cars. Fernando Alonso is one of them, and we are into P17. Not a bad start. Anyway, cutting down in towards later lap in lap 1, and we've overtaken Perez, and now we are going to overtake the McLaren of Stoffel van Dorn. A very easy move, and that is for P15. Perez is going to go try down the inside. Will he make the move stick? No, he won't. So in basically one lap, we've basically got this position back from P20 to P15, and now on the second lap we are going to go into rich mix, and we're going to see if we can overtake our teammate Pascal Wehrlein in our sister Sauber. It's side by side, and I believe we're going to get the move done. Very, very good. He tries to come back, but that is no usage. So anyway, now lap 4, and we are in P13, and there's a train which is being led by Lance Stroll, and Massa has just been overtaken, so that's into P12. So we're doing a very good recovery drive. We started last place, and now 4 laps later, we are in P12, and now Sainz and Hülkenberg are getting into a bit of a scrap, so we're going to cut back, and let's see if we can go down the outside of Carlos Sainz. We try to switch back, and it looks like we're going to get this move done. DRS plus slipstream. Let's see, can we get the move in towards P10? Yes, we do, around the outside. Oh, that's a bit of a dangerous move, but we get that move done, and we are in the points. So inside of 5 laps, and inside 5 laps, we have basically came back through the field from last to 5th place. Well, actually no, 10th place, excuse me. Now we're in 6th, Now coming on to lap 8, and Perez goes down the inside. There's nothing I could really have done since he is with a Mercedes engine, and plus in this game just the Mercedes engine is far too powerful. But the one thing I want to talk about is the recent patch that they Codemasters released a couple of days ago. Well, I think it was like a week ago or something, which obviously updated deliveries. Actually, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, but basically I wasn't going to start Season 2 until the new patch came out for the liveries. So as you can see, the white mirrors on the Sauber, and plus the numbers and names on the shark fins. So anyway, we're side by side with the championship leader, Vettel, I think, and Bottas. We make a bit of contact there. He pushes us a little bit wide. With Bottas, we've basically got our position, but now we're going to go into the pits, and we've basically punted off Bottas. So let's see what happens here. We go into the pits, and he just turned in, and yeah, that's very unfortunate for Bottas. But anyway, coming now in towards the pits on lap 10, we are going into the pits for our first stop, and it was basically a one-stop race. And yeah, we was looking good for some points, but as you'll see later in this video, yeah, things happen. So anyway, I still want to talk about this patch, and that's Max Verstappen. I think he's retired from the race, and Max Verstappen, that's not a good start to his season. Max Verstappen, that's retirement in the second race of the season. Not good at all. So anyway, it's lap 11, and we are gaining 2 positions, I believe. That's Grosjean around the outside in towards turn 1. Very decent move by us there, and we are now in P13 trying to chase down Carlos Sainz. So the updated patch has basically updated liveries of the cars with the shark fins, with names and numbers on the shark fins, but it's also kind of messed up the, well, I won't say it's messed up the career mode. I think it's made it better to race, because now the races are now much more competitive and more fun. Because in Australia I got a podium. Yeah, I'm on 96 difficulty, and I got a podium in a Sauber. It was a fun race. We qualified in P10, and we basically did the 2-stop, and the 2 Force Indians were fighting it out, and as you'll see here, Perez goes absolutely spinning away, and we're going to go around the outside of Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, and we get the move done easy as you like. Let's take a look on the replay. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, he tries to go around the outside, contact, and yeah, just like the shark fin cut move. Is it shark fin? I think it's the cut move. Like, it's called the shark fin, where they intentionally like make contact on the rear. That's what happened, and now Carlos Sainz will go back on our inside, and he'll get that position. But we're not going to fight him. Actually, we try to, but we just give the position up, and we get a damaged front wing, and that is really not good. Halfway through the race, and we've got a yellow front wing, so that is going to hurt our chances more. And look at that. Fernando Alonso wants to talk about Jolyon Palmer and Karma. Yeah, that's what happens when you take out half my front wing, Carlos Sainz. So anyway, lap 15, Grosjean. We've been battling with him for some laps of the race, but now in this video, this point of this video, we're starting to like really get tangled with him and Hulkenberg. As we lock up there, we're going to try and hold it around the outside. He cuts the corner right there. We get the better exit. And can we now get back at him on the last corner? Bit of contact there, we push him wide, and that's our move done. So anyway, about the patch, I was in Australia, P3, 96 difficulty. The 2 Saubers were competing against each other, and Lewis Hamilton had 2 punches. It was a crazy race. At one point in time, my teammate was leading the race, not through the pit stops. He was actually leading through like the safety car. There was 3 safety cars in that race, and my teammate was leading. Plus, also, you know, the Toro Rossos were fighting with Red Bulls, you know, Haas's. It was just it was a weird race, but it was a good race, if that makes sense. So, I don't know what Codemasters have done to the career mode with the new patch, but I'm liking it. They've certainly made it fun and playable, as we nearly do a Lewis Hamilton, and we nearly bottle it right there. But as you can see, 10 laps to go, and we decide to go on the soft tyres. And I don't know why I made this decision, but since I had damage on my front wing, I basically just said, listen, I need to pit, and I went on the soft tyres. I shouldn't have done this looking back at it, because that ruined my race. That I had a chance to get points, but it just, after that pit stop, it just wasn't going to happen. I thought, my initial thoughts were I was going to catch him up inside 2 laps and I was going to get back into the points. So anyway, lap 24, we are behind our teammate Pascal Wehrlein. More teammate battles as we go round the inside. That's an incredible move, and he just basically hesitates. He just lets us pass. He didn't really defend, and plus he's also on the medium tyres as well. So now it's the penultimate lap. We're not going to get any points, unfortunately, in this race, but let's see if we can go down the inside of Kevin Magnussen into turn 1. Yes, we do, and that is a decent move. If there's one thing I need to say, it's that the AI needs to be patched so they defend the inside more, because I'm getting these positions way too easy at the start of the race. You know, you've seen earlier in the video, I just dive down the inside of 3-4 cars, and it was just, they just need to be more smarter when defending and battling, especially at the start of the race and the midway point through the race when the pit stops. They just need to be more smarter, and they need to have what's the word? They need to have more intelligence. That's what I'm looking for, intelligence when they're racing. So anyway, it's P16, and actually no, P14, excuse me, 16 drivers still in this race. Now coming through the long right-hander and on towards the main straight, and we got Stoffel van Dorn coming at us. Let's see if we can overtake Stoffel van Dorn. It should be a bit of an easy move since he is in the McLaren Honda and we are in a Sauber. I'm not saying that, well, our car is better than the McLaren Honda, but it's the second worst, if that makes sense. And as you would have noticed in my last video, I basically explained where I spent all my points on last season. I didn't upgrade the car, not once. I basically spent it all on durability for my engine and my engine components. That's why I qualified so high towards the latter stages of season 1. So anyway, it's the last lap, and it's a bit of a reminiscence move, just like the one on the previous lap. We go down the inside of Stoffel van Dorn, and then there's P13 in the bags. We're not going to catch Nico Hulkenberg in this race, as Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap and he wins the Chinese Grand Prix. So that is a decent result for Lewis Hamilton right there, as he has now got his championship back on track, and it looks like we're going to finish in P13, like it or not. Unfortunately, the 2-stop really ruined my race, if I have to be honest. I shouldn't have done the 2-stop. I should have just stuck to the 1-stop, and if I would have done that, I would have scored a couple of points there. But yeah, I feel like with the new patch, the career mode is now more fun. It's less boring. It's more engaging, because now there's so many things going on. Like in the previous race in Australia, there was multiple safety cars, 3 safety cars. There were multiple battles, multiple fights up and down the grid. Strategies going on everywhere. Let's see if Van Dorn tries to overtake me on the last lap. No, he thinks smarter of it. We lock up, hit the apex right there, and we are going to finish in P13. It should have been P8 or P9 for this Chinese Grand Prix, but we just made one error, and the 2-stop clearly doesn't work. Decent race.
So, another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows.
So, Lewis Hamilton wins the Chinese Grand Prix from Sebastian Vettel in second and Daniel Ricciardo in third. We had a good race. I mean, on the 1-stop, we had pace, not as fast as the other cars around us, but we had pace to certainly finishing the points. But it just wasn't the day. After we did the 2-stop, our race was ruined. I shouldn't have done that, but hopefully our pace in the next race can carry over.